in his mind, he doesn't think someone of color could be his face of the company, which I disagree with. If you can connect to the audience in some way, you can be at the top.
All right, everyone, welcome to Ring the Bell. This is DS, and I am here with the legend, my Korean sister, Gail Kim.
I've met a lot of Koreans this week, actually. Very nice.
Well,
yeah,
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. See, I know a little bit.
Yes, you do. Do you like K-pop?
My sister's more into like the Korean dramas.
Oh,
and so she's telling me to watch them, but I just don't have time. I'm just like traveling a lot, and
It's emotionally draining too.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, you get very emotional.
cry all the time.
Okay, my sister too. I'm not a crier though. The only thing that makes me cry is wrestling. Is that weird?
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great. That's what we're here for.
yeah.
We have top 5 Gail Kim moments voted by the women's wrestling fans, and I'm so excited to go
I'm so
through.
curious to hear because it's always a different
It is.
point of view.
Yeah.
Okay,
So let's go through the list.
Okay.
Number 1.
Her first appearance live here on Raw, King. Well, we've heard a lot about this young lady. She is going to be something very, very special.
In that mount position, and Gail Kim holding away, and Victoria's out. Gail Kim has done it. Can you believe it?
Here is your winner and new WWE Women's Champion, Gail Kim.
Even Gail Kim.
Oh, my debut.
Your
Yes.
your debut in WWE Raw,
Okay.
where you also won
Yes.
the WWE Women's Championship.
Yes.
Tell me about this day. It's your
Oh
first
my
day.
goodness. I have to say, it's kind of a blur. I remember that afternoon, they told me I was going to win the title. And I just remember going, yeah, okay. Right? And so I thought it was a prank joke on me because I was debuting. They were like, no, we're serious. And I really didn't know how to react. I didn't think about the fact that how the other people on the roster were going to feel about it. Because, you know, a new girl coming in and just taking the title without working for it. I was so green at that time that I didn't even think about that. Thank God I was that actually inexperienced, because I would hate to feel that guilt or those feelings of feeling bad for the title. So I really appreciate this moment. This, I remember when I won, because I'd never really been a babyface in my indies. The referee's telling me, be happy, be happier. Be happy.
Okay.
Be happier.
Okay.
Be happier.
Okay.
I think she's in shock. Look at this.
Be happier. Look, says I didn't know how to react.
It's a big moment.
I think
yeah.
I was just more shocked, and they're telling me go celebrate more. That was green.
Your first character in
Yeah,
WWE.
yeah.
It was all Matrix,
Yeah.
mystical
Yes.
character. How did that come about, and what do you
They
think about
told
it?
me.
Oh.
This is what happened. They said, okay, we're going to go film some vignettes for your debut.
Stop looking.
You will see.
Stop judging.
You will understand.
Let go.
You will control your world.
They showed it to me, dressed me for it, but never explained it to me. I never got it explained to me for a good, I don't even know if I ever got it explained to me. At some point, about a year and a half in, I remember one of the writers coming to me and saying, we never really talked to you about your character, did we? And I said, no, not really, and I never really understood it. But I was so, like I said, inexperienced and green that I was just trying to do what the company told me to do, to be honest. It's funny that this whole look is where I ended up at the end of my career,
Yeah,
kind of
leather
very
look, yeah.
similar. I think that they got who I was supposed to be, but I wasn't ready for it. And it never really got explained to me, and I never got to really let it develop naturally.
Let's move to our next moment.
In, tries to get it rolling and dumps her over the rail. 10 pounds of power, and she comes right. Oh, what a shot! Oh, what a shot! Oh, look at this! Gail used her advantage. Gail Kim's done it.
Your
Ooh,
legendary
yeah.
feud and matches with Awesome Kong.
I'm very proud of this match.
Wow. Tell me about working with Awesome Kong.
Oh boy, when you see her in our very first singles match come out for her entrance, I had never seen her before work. I'd never seen her come out in her gear, and she terrified me. And so you see, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on this.
Totally fine, totally fine.
You'll see the camera shot if you go look up the match on YouTube. You'll see me mouth the words, oh shit, because I was terrified.
Amazing Holy. Whoa.
Oh shit.
My God. That's one large woman.
And we just had magical chemistry, and that was probably our best match we've ever had. I'm very proud of.
So
Yeah.
that was your favorite match of the whole feud?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I mean, just the fans and the storytelling and just our chemistry, and everything just went really right that day.
Sent into the turnbuckles, moved out of the way. Kong crashes into the corner, caught her with a kick. Here comes Gail to the top again.
She is throwing those kicks every chance she can at the head, and it's a good move. Because eventually she'll rattle her. But look at this. Oh, man, Gail. Oh, she kicked.
This match shocked a lot of the fans because this kind of intensity and action, that's not something you could see in other promotions.
Yeah,
So
and also at that time, women's wrestling in general was pretty much dead. Us doing this just in itself, to have the women wrestle and to have different types of women wrestle. Like Kong was not a usual woman that you would see in wrestling. It was just so different at that time that it made us stand out.
you met Kong again
Yes.
in WWE. How was it meeting her in the locker room there?
I mean, I was happy to see her. I didn't know what to expect because truly, to be honest, as a professional and, trying to protect my career in a sense or be proud of my career, I was afraid of how the company was going to handle our history, whether they were going to have us wrestle. Because, obviously, I think everyone knows this now, they never really utilized my talents in the ring. So I was just afraid of them ruining our history. So that never happened, thank God.
Let's move to the top 3 fan-voted moments.
Hey, wait, look at this. Hey, it's Gail Kim bursting on the scene. The missile drop kick making her intentions very clear.
It is your return
Oh.
to WWE.
These must be WWE fans. I actually didn't remember anything about this segment, to be honest, until I'm rewatching it again.
So what kind of mentality was it when coming back to WWE?
I was optimistic, and it was a fresh new start for me, and I was hoping for the best, and I knew that they were using the women a little bit more than when I left. So I was hoping for the best, and I got a chance to work with a couple of the girls there on SmackDown, and then I went to Raw eventually, and, as we say, the rest is history. I think everyone just saw what happened from that point, but...
The next moment was very shocking to a lot of the wrestling fans.
Okay.
Both feet touching the mat. And we've already had an elimination.
Yeah, that was Melina who was eliminated, and I believe another elimination as well.
Departure from WWE. And it's an
I gotta fall
iconic... It's an iconic moment because they've never seen women decide to walk out of WWE because they're dissatisfied. That was a shocking moment for a lot of the fans.
I think, that moment had built up for so long. It's just, after you're being treated over and over and over again, the women were always getting treated unfairly, having their time cut. We would go from a 6-minute match to literally a 2-minute match, and we could never have the time to connect to fans or tell our story. So that was just another typical example when they told us, okay, the first 3 girls or 4 girls got to get out in 1 minute. So I was like, okay, if I got to get out in 1 minute, I guess I'm going to get out. I always tell everyone who gets upset about this is that I would never have done anything like this if it affected the outcome of the match. I would never do anything to affect the other girls in the
Absolutely,
match.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
just more... Okay, I'm out. Literally.
You recently spoke out about some of the glass ceilings in at least WWE
Yeah.
on the PoC women and the PoC talent in general. With your experience, what's your thought of how WWE is treating likes of Asuka, Io Shirai, Kairi Sane?
When I see these talented people like them get hired, I do worry for them because I just know what kind of talent they have, and it would make sense to utilize their talent to the utmost degree. I mean, that's how you make money, right? Yeah. To use someone to their best ability. I am worried about the stereotypes in the business because normally, and not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, you see a lot of the ethnic minorities being grouped together because they really don't know what else to do. And when I was there, they would always ask me, do you speak Korean? Do you speak Korean? I'm like, no, I didn't learn a language in the last 6 months. And so for me, I was like, are they trying to make me go into that stereotypical role? Because that's not me.
They've done that to other people.
Jumpy, PP.
I don't know if we're ready for first base yet. Oh my goodness. What the?
Sorry, no speak English.
They have, and I'm just like, I would never be able to pull that off because I was born and raised in Canada, So I do worry about that. I hope that it does change. And I do think there's a lot of racism and stereotyping, but this is not an excuse for Vince or anything like that. But I think it's just ignorance. I think people with those kind of beliefs are raised that way. But it's a different world now, so I hope that he's listening and that he changes stuff.
And you see the culture is changing, right?
This is the thing. I think in his mind, he thinks that if he hires people of ethnicities that he's not racist. But it's not. It's more than that, and you know that. I truly believe that in his mind, he doesn't think someone of color could be his face of the company, which I disagree with. If you can connect to the audience in some way, you can be at the top.
I truly believe that everything happens for a reason in this life. And without those lows, I would never have appreciated the highs.
The next moment is...
Taryn's back on her feet, and she not only avoided the contact.
To get back to her feet again and does.
Oh, wow.
The last knockout standing match
Yes.
with Taryn Terrell.
Definitely another match I was very proud of.
Tell us about working for this match and this feud.
You know, at this point, I think they had been building up the story very nicely. And I think everyone just remembered Taryn as the girl from ECW, Tiffany, and was a blonde, like cheerleader type, model type. Didn't really know what to expect from her. They had seen her work a couple of matches, but not to this degree. We have a great friendship. We just had chemistry and connected. I knew she did stunt work in her real life. She was going to be willing to go to that next level. And there are never really that many girls that wanted to go and do those crazy things. So I said, why not utilize her strengths? And this is what happened that night.
You've worked with a lot of the model type or the diva type. If there wasn't such booking or limitations, do you think they could have done the next level?
I'm sure there's a couple of girls that, would be able to go outside their box and show them what they're capable of doing. But it really is in this business about opportunity. You have to have the opportunity to show what you can do. Like, I'm a prime example too in WWE. Yeah, I was included in a lot of matches, but not like matches where I knew I could go balls to the wall, you know what I mean? And I was kind of held back in that regard. As soon as I came to TNA and Impact, I was allowed to do whatever I wanted, and that's when I really, truly shined.
In TNA, you did a lot of stipulation matches. What is your favorite?
Anything no DQ, pretty much. No disqualification, I think, would be my favorite because it just allows just more things to happen. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean more weapons or anything like that, but it gives you a more creative mind to be able to work with. I don't like cage matches anymore, though. I will say I've had a lot of them. It was my very first gimmick match, I believe. I've done a lot of them now, so it's hard to get creative. Yeah.
Thank you so much for going through the top 5 moments with us. Is there something you want to tell the women's wrestling fans, and specifically the ethnic fans?
Yes.
And ethnic wrestlers?
Gosh. You know what? Just really stay true to who you are. I always just kind of let my heart lead me. I know you can't always do that because it's business. But I just kind of always knew what I wanted to do, and I felt like my clock was ticking, so I got out of there to do what I wanted to do. And that's how I found success in life.
And you're a Hall of Famer, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad I stuck to my guns.
I'm so proud of you, Gail.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.